What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Connie G Show. My name is Conrad, and how are you, buddy? Sorry, I got everything else ready, and I didn't grab the stuff I needed to grab from behind the computer and make myself the center of the screen. In fact, hold on a second. I can also do this. Look at that. It's all out of whack, but it's back in whack, baby. Back in whack. I hit the sack. It's November 17th. I'm glad to be back because I'm in the shed and it's cold. And I'm going to be talking to you and I'm doing a show and you know that I am and you're going to be listening in listener land. And sorry, dude, I've been cutting out gluten. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Maybe you're listening on iTunes. Maybe you're listening on Spotify. Maybe you're on Stitcher. Maybe you're on my Patreon, patreon.com/conradio. The Connie G Show is there. It is free, but there's other shows that aren't. So maybe you want to support us and just go there. That's fine. There's a picture of a chair. That's how you'll know it's mine. There's also a picture of a Mitsubishi 3000 GT or something like that. That's just a cool car. So subscribe or go to thewaterhead.com. There's a link for drug. If you want to buy drug, it's CBD, so it's legal, but it's still drug. And those are all great things. But thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing and telling a friend about this dumbass in Oklahoma who's funny and likes to talk to you guys about different things that he thinks about. I mean, thank you for all that. And that's enough with the thank yous. Yeah, I cut out. I've been growing my beard, and my hair, all of which are growing naturally. And they kind of look gray, but a lot of that is paint in it. Most of the gray. Not that I'm not like one of those women that are nowadays just making their hair gray with product or whatever. But I am definitely not afraid to just get a more seasoned look. You know, just a more weathered, wise look. You gotta have some gray in your hair if you want respect in this state. I'm trying to take my country back, you know? I don't even got gray hair. So I do a little bit tonight, but what I've been doing is, even though the beard's growing and the hair's growing, every once in a while you have to reset yourself, I think. You know, you have to just look at your behavior, look at the things that you do, and it doesn't really matter if they're the things that you want to do or should do or any of that. That doesn't mean anything. What I'm saying is the things that you're actually doing on a daily basis. And then be like, well, which one of these can I make better a little bit? And so that's what I've been working on. And, you know, there's a lot of things I probably should quit doing or stop doing, things that are harmful to my body, or, you know, things that I could do better would help me sleep, or all those. Everybody's got that stuff. And you should work on those if you feel like you're able. Not even if you feel like once you think that your willpower is enough to accomplish them. But don't do something that you're constantly going to be disappointed in yourself for not accomplishing. You know what I mean? So every once in a while I like to reset and be like, what do I got to do? And whether it be a diet or adding an extra mile that I have to run every day or whatever it is, I try to do that stuff. And make it something, it's thought out. It's thoughtful and it's thought out. And I've done all the different stuff, especially before I really committed myself to running. I did all the stuff that you would do, but, you know, you might lose 10 pounds or 20 pounds cutting carbs completely. And I can be very black or white. I can be very, if I'm going to commit to it, I'll commit to it. That kind of thing. loyal or truthful to my commitments, but there's a certain amount of energy that this machine, this body, this machine requires, and some of that energy just cannot be satiated by protein alone. And so I think that sometimes the best option for me is not to cut out that, but to just cut out the wheat, cut out the gluten, and that limits your options. And then usually you are sticking with just protein because of the situation, but I'll eat a damn potato. I'm still half Irish and half Indian, half Irish, so I will suck Go-Gurt full of potato juice into my mouth and into my brain, and you can't say we're going to take away the bread and we're going to take away the damn potato Go-Gurt. So I've been gluten-free since for about 3 days now, and the effects are really showing. And I'm trying to get down to 170 pounds. And a lot of people are like, what are you talking about? 170? What are you, a child? Because in the Midwest, if you weigh, like most people's leg weigh 170 pounds. But I've been trying to get 170 pounds because when I met my wife, I was probably 220. But I was lifting weights a lot, and I was trying on, back then my goal was this bench pressing goal that I had. And so I spent a lot of time in the gym, but I also ate whatever. I mean, cardio was not even a word I understood. It was like I did all that during football. Now I'm just here to get super strong, and like almost built like one of them damn Swedish gentlemen that you'll see picking up the kegs and throwing them. Is how I was built when my wife met me. And it's not like it's a bad look. I was putting on mass, and so it was hard mass, but it was a lot of mass. And then when you stop, when you sustain an injury, because that kind of activity has the proclivity to lead to injury, you end up taking a few weeks off, which turns into a month or so, and then all of a sudden, you're just fat Conrad again. You're just big old fat Conrad. That 230 pounds of muscle, there's still muscle in there, still weighing you down, but you're not strong anymore, and you're just big and fat. And I saw myself going down that road, and that's when I started all the dieting, and eventually I was like, start running, dude. Just start running. And so I've been on that kick for years now, but the daily running, I've not missed a day for probably about a year. I'd need the checkup on that from somebody, maybe Bubby Man, but definitely at least a mile, but usually 3, 4, 5 miles a day, every day. And I'm so glad I started doing it. I think it's kept me from, running in front of traffic or something. But anyways, I also want to get gluten-free because I wanted to get down to 170 pounds because my wife, she's never seen me in, like, it's not that that's the physical, it's probably the physical peak of my life is some stage in high school. So it would be enjoyable for me to do that. And in turn, because she is such a great wife, she also has been running and exercising and working and eating better and all the different little things that you have to do religiously and daily to improve every day. Now, the unfortunate thing is when my muscle-bound body, my big Swedish powerlifter body stumbled upon that cute little person when she was barely removed from high school. So I definitely saw her at kind of like the peak of her not having to try much physical, body. And then you have 2 kids and you have life happen and you're Midwestern and then your husband is just fat Conrad, and it's like it's easy for two people who at one time in a high school at certain times were beautiful specimens, but it's easy for those same two people to turn into basically trolls, like walking, pterodactyl, like walking rhinos, like walking rhino leg people. It's very simple. It's very easy for that to happen. And so she also has been trying, but she doesn't. That's the weird thing. She can't really. I have a memory of what she looked like, but the irony is, I'm more satisfied now. I feel like somebody's out there. God dang it! Is it really gonna rain? The only reason I say that is we just painted a little bit of a roof. We put a second coat on a roof. I didn't think it was supposed to rain tonight. Oh my god. Hopefully it's not raining 20 miles from here. Maybe it's just right here. Okay. So I've been gluten free, and I think my wife has, and that put me into the kitchen tonight before I come out here with not a lot of options to eat. And so my wife had cooked up a bunch of just like not a chicken breast, whatever the skinnier chicken breast is, like whatever they make for chicken tenders when they deep fry them. But she just put them in a pan and kind of seared them and cooked them that way. Put a little salt on them. So, I don't know. This rain's bothering me. There's nothing I can do. So I'm in there eating a naked chicken tender, no breading, and I got a little hot sauce bottle. I squirt a little hot sauce on it, and then I'm sitting there chomping on it, and I'm looking at our uh, chest of food, like kind of like a chest of drawers, but a chest of food. Some people would call it a pantry, just basically just a damn, you know, we don't have. Our house is what you would call 950 square foot, is what you would probably call our house. So you mix in 3 bedrooms and 2 living spaces and a kitchen and 2 bathrooms, and then be like, where do you keep your food? And that's what I'm talking about. I keep it in a chest of food. And so it used to be an old bookshelf that we had. We put it in the kitchen. It's real cute. Put it on Etsy or whatever. So we got it full. That's where we keep the popcorn. That's where we keep the cereals. That's where we keep any crackers we get, like a Cheez-It or a Goldfish. That's where we keep stuff. That's like that. The kids, kind of like kids stuff, and also bread and basics, but not necessarily seasonings. That doesn't go there. That goes in the seasoning door. There's a door that we hung a big thing that we put seasonings in. So if you shut one of our kitchen doors, there's seasonings behind it, which is kind of a cool surprise. It's almost like you have to shut the door to find out what's inside instead of opening it. And I'm eating one of these naked, overcooked, naked, perfectly cooked chicken tenders, and just trying to get it down and wishing I could wrap it in a tortilla or wrap it in bread, or because there's there's nothing better than a slice of bread with butter. Just butter that up and put some chicken on there and put a little bit of hot sauce on there and make yourself a chicken sandwich. Good. Grill it. Grill the bread. Ooh. So, because I was absent of that thrill, I was trying to just let the food get down my throat and into my stomach, and just be like, just get the calories, man, and that's all you need. Don't worry about the taste, and don't worry about the enjoyment. It's just food. It's a future turd. So I'm sitting there eating that chicken tender, and I'm looking up at the chest of food and kind of scanning through it. It's like, okay, cool. We got Cheese Whiz, both canned and jar. We got Act 2 popcorn. We got Cheerios, doubled up on some Cheerios there. We got a couple loaves of bread for the kiddos. We got, and I'm kind of scanning it, refried beans, tomato sauce or pizza sauce or whatever, spaghetti sauce, all that kind of stuff. And that's when I noticed, and it was so funny because I just heard about this on the Black Lincoln Collective podcast. I'll give them a shout out, but they put it in the ether. One of their guys, Matt, the guy that kind of runs the show there, has been eating Vienna sausages recently. And I looked at our thing, and we had a can of Vienna sausages. And for the life of me, I couldn't realize, I don't know what they're for. Because a lot of the stuff inside of our house is ingredients. I mean, even the people. They're just little ingredients. They're just part of a mixture. I'm just a little mixture that gets sprinkled into the world. And what do I create out of that? You know, I'm the salt or the pepper or whatever in something in life. I'm my wife's salt, or I don't know what seasoning I am or what mixture I am. But what the hell is a Vienna sausage doing in my food cabinet? I don't know. My chest of food. And my wife will buy things sometimes for holidays, for holiday reasons. So there's like 19 different kinds of breads that are right by my microwave right now. And I was like, what the hell is all this bread doing here? You know that I'm trying to be gluten-free. It'd be like if you said, I'm going to stop with sex, and somebody's like, okay. And then you walk in and there's 23 Mila Kunises naked laying next to your microwave. You're like, what? Hey, I told you I was kind of done with the feeling sex stuff. Why is there 23 Natalie Portmans laying over here? What the hell's going on? And you're like, oh, it's for Thanksgiving, for stuffing. Which would be a delicious. If you could stuff a turkey with a Natalie Portman, yeah, everybody likes turkey now. But it was for stuffing. And I'm thinking, well, what is this? Is the Vienna sausage going to be some sort of mixture? Does she do something with does she blend up Vienna sausages and coat a turkey with it? Does she inject turkey meat with that delicious French sausage from Vienna? You know what I mean? I don't know. I know the last time I had one of them damn things, I nearly choked and I nearly threw it up because they're disgusting. And is that her snack? You know, is she gluten-free too also? Is she trying to be gluten-free? And is that one of her snacks? Is my wife secretly a Vienna sausage eater? Is she sucking on that nasty French little chalky nugget? I don't know. And I'm not going to ask her. She'll listen to this show and she'll probably say, here's what it's for. So, anyways, that's my kitchen, dude. And speaking of microwaves, I got a pretty sweet one. I got a Galaxy. I don't know if you guys have a Galaxy microwave at your house. It has been with, I think it was at our house when we bought our house in Mordor in Heston, Kansas. And we called it Mordor for a long time. And it was there. And we just started using it. It became part of the family. That microwave has been through a lot. It's been through a couple moves. It's a beautiful little white machine. And I like to play games with it. Are you like me with your microwave where I don't know what I just hit something. Sorry, hold on a second. I have a mouse in my pocket, the computer mouse, and it pulled something up. I don't want it to like screw up the show. I forgot it was there. Sorry, I put it over here. With my microwave, I like to play games. So I hate the way a microwave sound when it dings. You know what I mean? When it like, because usually you're only cooking something for 1 minute, and so sometimes what I like to do is I'll put it in there for a minute, and I like to see how much I can get done in the minute that is happening when the microwave is warming up whatever delicious little item I just put in there, whatever that is. And like if you're cooking a potato, if you're gonna make yourself some at-home Go-Gurt, you know, if you're gonna make yourself a little bit of potato puree, put it in a plastic bag and seal it, and make yourself a little pocket Go-Gurt, potato style. You might have to cook that little bitch for 6 minutes. So in 6 minutes, what can I get done? Can I clean a toilet? Can I sear a steak? What can I do? But what I like to beat the microwave to the punch. Meaning, I like to put whatever the time is. Okay, I'm going to cook this Hot Pocket. Boom, 2 minutes. All right, I'm going to go straighten up the couch and vacuum and clean off the coffee table and then come back in here with 13 seconds left. And then stop it at 1 second and never allow it to ding me. Like, you're not going to tell me what to do, microwave. I'll get to you when I'm ready, and I'm going to be ready before you are. Like that kind of thing. And I thought that was common until I was married and had kids. Because the amount of times I hear that microwave ding, and then I'm like, who the hell let the microwave win? I don't say that to them. Like, I don't grab my kids or my wife and like carry them by their back of their belt and the scruff of their neck and like hold them horizontal towards the microwave and be like, did you let this ding? You know, I don't do that, and I don't say, did you let this microwave win? But in my mind, I do. In my mind, I'm like, why did you let the microwave win? So my wife enjoys popcorn, like I mentioned earlier. There's Act 2 in the kitchen right now. So we're popcorn fans. And every evening I hear when she goes, not every evening. I don't want to make it sound like every midnight I hear her cooking popcorn. um, it's not that far off. But I hear her cooking popcorn, and I hear it ding. And I'm like, just why didn't you stop it at 1 second? I mean, you're standing by the microwave, you know, looking at your phone or putting your butt up against it to try to catch some radiation and make your butt even more radioactive than it already is. You know, whatever. Do something weird and then stop it before it beeps at you. But I've come to find out, then I started kind of paying attention when my kids are cooking stuff. They put it in, they set a timer, and they let it go to the end till it dings. And then I wonder, like, uh-oh, I'm the autistic one. I'm the one that doesn't let it go to, that's my OCD or whatever deal, and not most people aren't like me with it. So I got that going for me, I guess. Anyways, it stopped raining, which I feel a little better about. I got a bunch of stuff on the notes I wanted to, I don't know. I'm pretty mad. I mean, I've kind of talked about it on other shows a little bit, but I am irritated that there seems to be some sort of some level of admiration that gets put onto individuals based on a choice they made that, I guess what I mean is, there's a quarterback in the NFL. that his name is Aaron Rodgers. He's the quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. He was drafted when Brett Favre was the starting quarterback, a shoe-in. He's already Wrangler Favre. He's already Copper Fit Favre. He's already got copper in him, dude. He's already Brett frickin' Favre. He's already won 2 Super Bowls. Brett Favre. You know, he's from Mississippi. He's already had an addiction to OxyContin. Brett Favre. He's already probably philandered on his wife. Brett Favre. This is Brett frickin' Favre. Okay, and so Aaron Rodgers gets drafted and sits behind Brett Favre for, I think, a season, maybe 2. But eventually they're like, this dude's way better than Brett Favre. Like, just better at football. Now, is he better at winning games? I don't think he was at the time. But they made the choice. We're like, we're going to make Aaron Rodgers a starting quarterback. And that's when that whole odyssey of Brett Favre going to the Jets and then getting traded to the Vikings, and then Vikings having that incredible run with Adrian Peterson kind of in his prime, and them almost going to the Super Bowl if it wasn't for the Saints and the Bounty Gate and all that crap that went on during that season post-Hurricane Katrina that was, definitely set up by the Matrix to make sure that the Saints won because their city was washed away by a goddamn hurricane. But I've never liked the man. I've never liked Aaron Rodgers since he's always had this attitude of he's above it. Like, of course I'm supposed to be the starter. And of course, and I get it. Like, people say, that's attitude you have to be a quarterback. Like, no, you don't. There's 31 other quarterbacks that don't have that attitude. This guy acts like a prick, He shows up with his Nick Cage from Con Air haircut to training camp and the wife beater and But his whole thing is he kind of grabbed some heat during COVID as an anti-vaxxer, which, I mean, there's no reason, probably medically, for Aaron Rodgers to feel like he should ever need the vaccine. I understand. I feel like I'm in a similar thing. I exercise. I am healthy. I don't have pre-existing conditions, and the vaccine also doesn't prevent me from carrying the virus to other people that might have that. So why would I get it? That, and I think it's some sort of secret spy agent for the government. But that's a whole different podcast. Why don't you tune in? Take America back. No, I'm not going to do that kind of crap. But anyways, he took this heat for being kind of like that. Like, I'm not going to take the vaccine. And I don't feel like it was a huge story, but it percolated. It definitely percolated. But since then, he has done all the things that you have to do to kind of be accepted back into the celebrity hierarchy as a member of the hierarchy. And what that means is, if you can be kind of right-leaning on some things and kind of be out there as a known right-leaner on some things, as long as you're vocal about certain things. So it's so weird. Like, you can be kind of right-leaning on a few things as long as you're like, are you gay? Or if you're a openly gay person, you got a little credit. Now you can be a little bit right-leaning on a couple issues. Are you supportive of marijuana? Now you can be a little bit. It's like it's a give and take, which is maybe good that it should be that way. But ever since this offseason, when Aaron Rodgers admitted that he did ayahuasca over the offseason and that it really made a difference to him, it's like everybody looks at him like, oh yeah, dude, that's Aaron Rodgers, man. Yeah. And my whole thing is like, you still are getting paid a incredible amount of money to win. And You're not. Y'all suck. Um, your uniform, your costume, and I know that's not your choice, but you're dressed up like a bunch of John Deere tractors out there playing this game, and you don't have any swag about you anymore. It's like you don't want your quarterback, you don't want your leader of the team to be so. You don't want to be floaty. Like, what are you doing? Are you floating out here? Like, yeah, man, the universe will just give me the touchdown or it won't, man. I'm not going to worry about it. It's like, yeah, no, maybe get your heart rate up a little bit and have a little bit of anxiety, a little bit about this game that they're paying you $200 million to do, buddy. I get it, dude. In real life, does it matter? No, it doesn't matter. And maybe you have enough money at this point where it's like, I'm gonna enjoy these last few years and not worry about the pressures of wins and losses. It is or it isn't. It will happen or it won't. And I'm just gonna do my best, and I'm not gonna let it bother me. Let it bother you a little bit for the fans, okay? The nonchalant, or even the, I'm mad at everybody else for not being as naturally gifted as me. Make them better, dickhead. They're not as naturally gifted as you. You were more naturally gifted than the great Brett Favre. But you know what you don't have? Is that Brett Favre would beat your ass right now. That's what would happen to you, Aaron Rodgers. If you walked into a billiards club and tried to talk S on Mr. BF, Mr. Brett Favre would put you so far into the ground, okay? Because he's got that fire. He's got a chip. He's got something to prove. He's got something to prove. And it doesn't matter to the universe. And it doesn't make a shit of difference to anybody else, ultimately. But to be that calm because you took your ayahuasca journeys and you do your CBD drug and you do all this stuff, that's not for an NFL quarterback. Have a sense of awareness, have a sense of alertness, have a sense of, I got to make sure that we win. Have it matter, man. Don't just be a damn John Deere implement out there hurling, junk at a bunch of idiots that can't catch. If they can't catch, you make sure you stick after practice. Well, I've already done. I put in my time. I don't have to do that. I've proven myself. Dude, you ain't proven shit, man. You know why? Because we're still paying you. It's not like we paid you $1 billion in the beginning, or said you got to wait. We're paying you to win now. When you won that Super Bowl, you didn't make what you're making now. So win another one. And if that means you stay after practice, you stay after practice. That means you constantly stress and worry and make it hard, and maybe that doesn't matter, but you do it to show other people that aren't as good as you that's what they have to do to win. I hate that shit. It's like, we're going to give this guy credit because he got high on ayahuasca? What are we giving him credit for? He's got the money, the resources to go to a safe, secure place to do that, and it doesn't affect anything. And now it gives him some sort of street cred? I'm out on that. I'm out. I mean, I want my quarterbacks, they should feel like the weight of the world is on their shoulders. If I was to be a football fan, yes, it is. This is all that matters. You get paid more than 99.9% of the people in this freaking universe. In this universe, you get paid more than them. So care. And I don't like the Packers, and I hope they lose every game. And then the complete contrast of that is Tom Brady. This mongoloid, what are you doing? He is that. He does care. He hasn't done ayahuasca. He is, he is old school in the sense of, that dude is straighter. He's as straight edge as they come. That dude is a dork. That dude is dorky. And there's a balance there, too, that's unappealing. Because you suck because you're old. And that's okay. And you're the greatest. Your grit and all that, everybody hates you. Like, nobody likes you. But we all go like, God damn, even though we hated him his whole career, Jesus, that guy's, there he is again, making it happen. But not anymore, dude. So quit and go run your, crypto business or whatever it is you're failing. And you're not going to be good at it because you're not smart and you're an idiot. But go do that. You got the money to lose. So, yeah, would it be great if Tom Brady was broke after 3 years and then post NFL? Yes, I would love that. I'd love him to take his tenacity, because that's what he has to be. That's what's so funny about people like Tom Brady. You have to break them. The money doesn't mean anything. It's this persistent effort to prove that they are something that somebody thinks they can't be. And at most of his career prior to the NFL, and even in the beginning stages, and even through Super Bowl winnings, he didn't get the credit. It's what he lives for, is to be noticed for what he's like, I do belong here. I can do this. And that's what his drive is about. That's what his motivation is. And he just needs to realize that you can take that same energy, that same just dedication, and shift it to something else. And then spend your days hoping that the community in that place, in whatever field that is, recognizes you. That's what I do here. I've shifted from athletics and all the stuff I did before this, and then for the past 10 years, or 12 years, squalor here with nobody watching. Knowing that at some point in my history of doing this, of explaining my thoughts to you, and trying to be funny about them and trying to point out stuff to you guys, at some point it will be recognized. My efforts in this arena will be recognized, and it doesn't really matter if they ever are. It does not. That's the thing, because it's the part where what drives me is that I'm going to get it. Once it happens, it's like, what do I do now? You look for another level, and eventually you run out of levels. Like, you're the most highest paid podcaster on the internet. Now what? You'd be like, I don't know. And so I'm glad that I can shift my focus sometimes to different things that I'm doing, and attack those with the same kind of feverish attitude. Whether it be renovating a 1933 gas station into a taco shop, and how making it the coolest restaurant on Route 66. Yes, I want to do that. That's a challenge that nobody thinks I can do, and nobody even knows what I can do with it. That's fun for me. Once you get there and you just are that, it's like, I'm looking for the next challenge. Because it's not the end result that is fun, it's the doing. So, I don't know. So Aaron Rodgers, talk to your team about being better around you. Get a little bit of fire back in you. Want to win. Oh, and then get the stupid tractor uniforms off. So, apologies. If you want to cleanse your palate of nonsensical political garbage and overpaid, whiny athletes, and you want to watch something else that is garbage, but just trust me, you'll want to watch it. There's a show that is currently on Fox. Yeah. There's a show that's on Fox, and it's not a Fox News show. Those are shows also. And if you watch those, I'm sorry. If you watch them, you're like, that's a good show. That is sad. But that's this show also. It's called Lego Masters, guys. Lego Masters is hosted by Will Arnett. It's on Fox. It's in its third season. Eventually, it will be syndicated as like a game show that will make Will Arnett and the producers of that show millions of dollars for years and years and years and years and years as people buy the rights to have it on their streaming networks. And right now, it is on Hulu. And so my son is a Lego fanatic, and I'm proud of him for I like that side of his brain working, and but he likes that show, and so as a father who is hoping to be a good father, I will participate in the viewing of that show from time to time, and it is maybe one of the worst shows I've ever seen. So the premise is there's a theme for each episode that all of the builders are required to compete against each other. And the teams are in groups of two, so each team is competing against each other within a theme. And so one of the episodes we recently watched was a dog show theme. And I like dogs as much as Michael Vick or anybody else out there. So, I get it. But when you got dog on Lego TV, oh, these team right were early. Like it will eventually teams get eliminated, and then eventually you have the Lego Master Team. And through pirate ships and race cars and the strongest Lego and the biggest tower and blah 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 blah, in the dog show, you eventually whittle your way down to these are the Lego Masters of this season. And it's all just any idiot, any ape could do what they're doing. To be a Lego master is being able to move a block on top of another block. I mean, being a Lego master is maybe there's some creativity to it, but it's limited because the functions of the block and the motor and the technic and all that stuff has a limitation. So your creativity is like, I'm the most creative Lego builder ever. Well, yeah, that means you created within a limit, So these people, the whole network, everything has to be this certain template of acceptance by all viewers. You don't want to ruffle the feather of any viewer. So it's kid friendly, but there are adult references throughout the dialogue along the show. Like banana hammock or how big's your eggplant or that kind of stuff. That's said in the show. And so it's not for the kids. The kids they don't understand. And watching adults use that kind of somewhat dirty dad humor, I guess. The most obvious pun or joke or everything that's the most obvious pun or joke gets used in this damn show. And so as somebody who prides themselves on a unique ability to describe a situation, to watch an ice pick into creativity, you have went about it the most uncreative way to showcase a creative show. It is like me getting hit in the face with a damn brick every time I have to watch it. Because I know that people are getting paid to do it. Like, even if it's just the hosts and the Lego, there's like people that are like Lego executives. But what was so frustrating, because everything's represented, because it has to be, because it's on network, and it's like, well, we have to make sure we have the gay couple and the interracial couple and the streamers and the black people and the heroes and the whatever. Throw them all in the mixer and put them on damn TV and let them build Lego, and so we'll prove that we're not a racist network here at Fox. Okay. I don't think it's working, but I get what you're doing, and it's blatantly obvious, and it's disgustingly obvious, and they're all there though, and the dog show Lego build episode happens, and each one of these contestants, each one of these groups, these pairs of two that are contestants that are competing to be a Lego master, I've had two. I'd say my dogs. You know what I mean? Maybe three. I'd count Jake as, but even so, but maybe three. Jake's a family dog, but Emma and Cooper, I would say, were my dogs. I paid for their food. I paid for their beds, or my wife and I paid for their food. My wife and I paid for their beds. We took care of those animals. We cared about those animals. Those are my dogs. I didn't let those dogs, but they're still my dog. They're not my kid. And the second, I've always had that where it gets confusing with some people is they don't. They think that, and I don't know what that is. They think that a dog is a kid. It's not. It is not. It is not a kid. It is not a human. It is not. It's an animal. It's a wild animal that if you left it to the wild, it would become wild and it would kill other dog. It would kill kids. It would do whatever it had to do to survive. So, I treated my animals with respect, but also treated them like I won't have you here. You're not going to, you're not going to drain me financially. I don't have a commitment to you in that way. You're not going to do that. I'll keep you fed, I'll keep you healthy, but if it's something that's like, well, you could spend $13,000 giving your dog a new gallbladder and it might live for 3 months or it might not even work. I'm like, no, go shoot it. It's fine. There's a million other dogs that just want to eat. That's all they want to do is eat shit, and that's it. You neuter them, and everybody's like, that's fine. Neuter them. Yeah. So, I treat my animals. They have a purpose, and that purpose is, if it's happening, like my two dogs that I had I wanted them to bark at intruders and bark at that, and then if that happened, but I also wanted them to be sweet with my children. There would never, as somebody who was a victim of dog attack, there will never be a moment where, if I see a dog jumping on a kid or another person and them being scared about it, I will take action. You know what I mean? Even if it was my dog. And I think a lot of people put way too much in, this dog would never do it, and it's like, that's a pit bull and it ate your daughter. God, I hate those stories. So I have that. I respect them. I love them. I think some breeds are beautiful. All that different stuff. Regal is a good word for some certain dogs. All that stuff. But I'm too autistic, or I'm too something, to ever swoon. You're never going to get me to swoon at an animal. And when the Lego build for the dog show happened, and I watched two firemen swoon as a wiener dog walked out. Oh my God, look, it's so cute. What the hell are you doing? Do you have families? Don't be like, that's not how you talk. Be yourself. Don't be the pressured of, are you really a New York fireman that when you see some sort of Dutch hound or whatever the hell it is walk in, oh my God, it's so cute. Have you seen a dog before? It's a dog. Okay? And I get the producers and the television people were like, make sure you act like you love dogs. You couldn't. I couldn't. I'd be like, yeah, they're dog. I mean, you told me we're doing a dog build episode. I have to build a dog out of Lego? Fine. That's be tough because these Legos have no fur. But I get it. But when they all enter the ironically the catwalk, don't expect me as a damn uh, landscaper to be swooning over the sight of a golden shepherd. I don't give a shit. I've seen a golden shepherd before, guys. I've had one. Oh my god! It's a golden shepherd. It's so gorgeous. I just want to take him. Shut up! You don't want to take this dog. What are you talking about? It's not your dog. It's fake. That's what I'm saying. It's fake. It's fake. I can sniff it. I can sniff the fakeness when people act like that. I sniff it when they act like that with human, and I sniff it when they act like that with dog. And that whole show is riddled with fakeness. And that's why I despise it, and it makes my skin crawl to watch it. Because everything you're saying is not what you believe in, and you're getting paid to say it. If you're willing to sell yourself, fuck off. That's how I feel about it. If you're willing to sell yourself, that's selling your soul. That's the devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal. And that person climbed upon a hickory stump and whatever, made a deal, about the golden field. Whatever. Listen to a damn song about standing up for something. And what you're standing up for is your soul. And if you don't think that you should be going, oh my God, I've never seen a Boston Terrier as cute as you. You're an idiot. You don't talk like that, and you wouldn't do it. If you would do it in real life, I don't want to be around you. If you're not going to do it in real life, then don't do it on this show. Don't make stupid puns that you wouldn't make because you realize they're stupid. Don't do it. Lego Master, you're on my crap list. Will Arnett, you sold your soul, buddy. Yeah, you'll be rich in monetary form, but you're gonna die of a fentanyl overdose because you don't have a soul. You're soulless. You didn't stand up. You put the pirate outfit on. You're an idiot. So I got to end the show. I got to go in there. It was my wife's birthday yesterday. She got older, but more beautiful somehow. And so I got to go in there. I owe her a back massage, and I got to see my kids before they go to bed. And it's getting to be 8:30, and they had wrestling practice when I got home, so I didn't get to see them yet. So I'm going to run in there. One thought I'll leave you with is I got two thoughts. I'll save one. But I was sitting with my son, probably watching Lego Masters. And what's so fun is when my son gets in certain moods, all it is, guys, if you're thinking about having children or do have children and maybe lost I don't know. Whatever. Find whatever it is that they like and then do that from time to time. And so my son likes his shows, or he likes his book, or he likes his video games. And even though I don't particularly enjoy any of those, I ask him questions about them, and I laugh at him, and, whatever. And the other night, we were sitting there watching Lego Masters, and we were just making jokes about it all and having a good time. And, one of the members of the thing, the fireman guy, was named Crash, and we're like, oh, this guy's never going to get his build done, and, making fun of different things. And my son looked at me, he's like, for whatever reason, he said Vorpant poison. And I was what? He said, yeah, it's like Vorpant poison. If that gets inside of you and gets into your veins, and he gets real passionate, and he tells me about these things, and it's like a mile a minute, and I can't follow. But I just caught the first did you say Vorpant poison? He's like, yeah, Vorpant poison. You know what that is? And it's like, no. And he'll just start going into it. And I don't know, I'm for Roe versus Wade, but dude, sometimes think twice because you might abort a baby that someday at 10 years old says Vorpant poison to you. And it's worth all the other shit that happens is to get like a little 10-year-old person to be like, you don't know what Vorpant poison is? I still don't know what it is, to be quite honest with you. I just thought it was hilarious that he said it to me. And then I've been trying to use it, like there was a woman the other day that had been stricken by some sort of Vorpant at some point, got probably hit in the neck with it. And she had the legs of a rhino like I talked about earlier. And she was wearing a Liquid Nails t-shirt. And I thought to myself as I walked by her, that's Vorpant poison. She been Vorpant. She done been poisoned. So, also be careful out there if you are a teeth licker. Do you lick your teeth? Like you get a little bit of food stuck in there. Here's something that's weird and not fun. Pulling out a chunk of food that you can't remember what it was from. Think about that. Brush your teeth, everybody. If you don't brush your teeth, you might pull out a chunk of food that is old. That's rancid, and that can make you sick. Okay? So, just brush your teeth. Thank you guys for listening. Don't flick a chunk of old roast beef into the back of your throat from 2 weeks ago, you damn idiot. Thank you for listening, and thank you for subscribing and telling a friend to subscribe and, making the good ship lollipop float here at Con Radio. If you want to support the show, patreon.com/conradio, thewaterhead.com, where there'll be a link for that, but also you can go to the Diamond CBD and buy yourself a little bit of drug. Subscribe on the iTunes, leave reviews, subscribe on YouTube. I do this on YouTube. If you want to watch my dumb ass Waterhead, I record it for YouTube. I think we've got like 52 subscribers right now. So pretty freaking good. Thank you guys, all 52 of you, for subscribing. And I'll be back. I think Thursday, basically Thursdays when I'm going to try to get this. I'm going to try to get it at a time where it gets released every Thursday. And there might be more, but I think that's what I'm thinking is every Thursday. So I made another one, guys. Reach out to Liquid Nail. Tell them that they should sponsor Con Radio. We're basically the glue that holds this whole world together. And I'd love to wear one of their shirts every broadcast. And that's 52 people, Liquid Nail, that would see that. So, and there might be more eventually once people start sharing it. So just do that, guys, and thank you. And with that being said, have an okay day. And don't let your meatloaf. Be good to yourself. Love yourself. You can do it. We're out of here.